Okay, I need to share this because it explains perfectly why you are stuck in debt. And once you understand this, it changes everything. This was one of the keys for me to understand to go from $40,000 of debt and then pay that off in 18 months. Okay, so the real problem isn't that you don't know how to budget. It's not about how much you make. It's actually about something called scarcity. Psychology, I know this sounds boring, but stay with me. I promise it's all going to make sense in a second. When you are in scarcity, your brain literally changes how it works. So psychologists at Princeton actually ran a study and they found that scarcity reduces your cognitive ability. And this is conducive to not sleeping for an entire night, okay, or alcoholism. Like, think about how that would affect your brain. Basically what it is something called tunneling, okay, where your brain locks into the immediate problem and then it blocks out everything else. So basically, like, all you can think about is, how do I figure out what's going on today? How do I stop the pain right now? That's why you swipe your card when you're stressed. That's why you avoid looking at your bank statements. That's why you go for quick fixes like balance transfer cards or 401k loans without a plan on how to actually pay it back, because scarcity tricks you into thinking that relief today matters more than freedom tomorrow. The problem here, though, is when you shortcut the pain to paying off your debt, like by using a 401k loan or a balance transfer card, and you don't address the underlying reasons as to why you were there in the first place, and you're not even feeling the pain of paying off that debt, that's when you skip the lesson that helps you change the behavior. If you don't go through the process of paying those bills, negotiating your interest rate, looking at ways to make more money, selling shit in your house you don't need, and like sticking to a plan, you're never going to rewire those beliefs and those behaviors that made you go into debt, meaning you're just going to rack it back up again. And this becomes a vicious cycle. And I see it over and over again with my students. Like, I had a student come to me and she was like, Nicole, should I take out a 401k loan at 7.5% to pay off my credit card debt that's at 25%? And I get where she's coming from with this. On the surface, it looks like a good idea. And then I had another student comment underneath her post saying, oh my God, don't do this. I did. I didn't have a plan to pay it back. So now I owe on the 401k loan and I built the debt back up on my credit card again. That's scarcity in action. That's the cycle. And the numbers make it even clearer, because not only do you have to pay back the loan and you're probably going to rack up the debt back again on your credit card, but now you're actually having the opportunity cost of what that money could have grown to. So let's say it was $10,000. At an 8% return in 20 years, that could have been $50,000. In 30 years, $100,000. But you're not thinking about that because scarcity makes you blind to the opportunity cost. It only focuses on relief today and not how it's going to impact you in the future. So here's the truth, okay? You don't build wealth by stealing from your future to repay your past. You build it by breaking the pattern. So it's not that you're bad with money, it's just that you've been letting scarcity run the show. If you want to learn more about how to overcome this, go onto my website, www.nobudgetbabe.com/freebies, okay? And I have a training called From Broke to Ballin. This is going to help you go through the mindsets that are holding you back and then start going through the tactics that I used to go from $40,000 in debt to millionaire at 30.